In a previous video, I tried to find products on Amazon from this supplier using a Google Sheet that I made that actually finds products on Amazon. However, the Google Sheet was not successful in this case with this particular supplier. So what I did is I made a browser automation that I'm going to demonstrate. You don't have to do what's here. I already made it, but what I'll do is run it and show you how it works. And using that browser automation with a new template, we will be able to find products from suppliers such as this, that for whatever reason the search engines that I use here are not able to do. Right? So I'm going to show you how that's done and using this supplier as an example. Now, before doing that, which I will get into that shortly, for those who haven't seen the video before, I just want to explain some background information that this particular supplier, officefurniture2go.com, does not exist on Tactical Arbitrage, right? So if you look up Office on this is the list of Tactical Arbitrage websites, of the sites, the suppliers they work with. You don't see Office Furniture to Go on here. So I want to make that clear that Sourcing Software will not always be able to find products for every supplier, which is why I have these other methods. Now, that's one thing. The other thing is I want to mention where I did find the supplier, which is I found it through Rake It In, which is a cashback site that works with thousands of stores. And so that there are thousands of online stores out there, many of which do not have a sourcing software that works with them. So I have created then methods combining manual inspection with some automation in Google Sheets to now help be able to research these kinds of suppliers faster than just doing it by hand. Okay, so that's the background, and that's what I'm going to be doing in this video. So now, okay, what I had done before initially coming to the supplier is I had taken a look at the brands list, and I had looked up National Public Seating. This is National Public Seating on the supplier site, and I also searched the brand here, National Public Seating, here on Amazon. And this is really the first manual inspection that you want to do to make sure that the brand is even sold on Amazon, that it even shows up. This way you can find products from the supplier, right? Because remember, this brand, National Public Seating, I just grabbed it from the supplier. So if the supplier has it and Amazon has it, then they're going to have products in common, right? So we see National Public Seating. And what you want to do also is go further and down the page results and see if you continue to see that brand show up to give you an idea of the number of products that are on Amazon. So we do see that the brand continues to show up on results. And so there seems to be enough results on Amazon for it to be worth taking a look. Right. So now the thing is that I've got, I think it's about maybe 500 plus products on the supplier for National Public Seating. And I don't want to have to individually search each of these products on Amazon to see if they're sold on Amazon. So this is why I use some forms of automation. So the Amazon Matcher, which is what I've been using now for a few years. It's a sheet I created a few years ago. For some suppliers, it gives great results, but for others, such as this one, for whatever reason, the titles, just when it searches these titles on search engines, somehow they're not driving the results through the search engines to the sheet that are needed to find the Amazon ASINs. Okay, so I will now present this browser automation that I put together, which is the Amazon Matcher search. But first of all, just as I did before, and you might not be familiar, so just hang on, you'll see what I'm about to do here. Using Instant Data Scraper, I can get the product data off of the page. I need the product data off of the supplier's website. So using Instant Data Scraper, I can grab all that data. Using the Locate Next button, I can even have it turn pages automatically and continue to scrape. I'll just click on the word next. And then I'll click Start Crawling, and it will start scraping. And as you can see, it's navigating through the pages and it is scraping the product data. Only that data that is in front of us. It does not use any kind of API or go on the back end of the supplier. It's only scraping what it finds in the HTML that is right in front of us on the web page. So it will scrape the titles. It will scrape the prices that we see here. It might even scrape the brand names under the prices. So those are the different things that it'll scrape. Okay, this managed to get 247. So maybe I think I thought it was more. I thought it was more because I might have been thinking of a different brand or something. But okay, so it's about 247. That's more than enough for this video. And so you see all these different results. You see the product titles in there. You see the prices in there, right? You also see URLs. These are actually URLs to the product. So I'm going to go ahead and download this CSV file. The CSV by default will be named after the website itself. And so now I'm going to go over to this new template I put together, this Amazon search matcher, and I will go to product CSV, file, import, upload, browse, and I will find the file office furniture to go, open it, wait for it, replace the current sheet. It's very important that you select replace current sheet here, and then import data. Okay, and so now we have name, price, product number. Okay, now you can copy and paste this data over. Technically there is a mapping map you can set up. There's a mapping process you can set up. I think I'll do that in another video. For right now, what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and copy the stuff over that I need. I'll just copy the stuff over. So I'll start with the title, copy and paste. And because in this case, it's really easy to copy and paste. So there's not really a need for a map, although there is the prices. Okay, so, okay, let's see. And then these are the URLs. I'll copy that over. I mean, I do want you to see the copy and paste process. By the way, Control Shift down, in case you don't know how to do this. Control Shift and down on the keyboard will highlight right down to the bottom of a series of data. So I'll start at the top, Control Shift down. It will get the data, and then you can just right click, copy, and the data is copied. Come over to the destination, click only at the top, right click and paste, and there it is. Now there is an issue with the prices, which is that some of them have /EA for each. When you set up a map, it takes care of this and it gets the numbers out and gets the text, the text out and gives you just the numbers. Otherwise, you have to replace them. For today, for right now, I'm just going to use edit find. So I'm going to select the column, go to edit and find and replace, because in this case, it's a very simple operation. /EA is what I want to replace. So I'm finding /EA and I'm replacing it with nothing. So I will just click replace all and then click done, so that now I have only numbers, and then I'll Control Shift down, copy these numbers over to the Amazon matcher, and right click paste. Okay, and that's it. Right? So when you're not working with source and software and you're having to do things manually, you have to do a little more work. Right? There's some automation that will exist, but you're going to have to manually get this product data in here. So again, remember I use the Instant Data Scraper. That's a free Chrome extension, by the way, that I used to download the page, the products off the page, and then I brought them in here to CSV, and I just copied and pasted them into position. Title, URL, and price are the only three things I really need. Now, the brand is good because it will help the products get found on Amazon. So the whole page is National Public Seating, so I'm going to actually type in the name of the brand because that whole page is National Public Seating. And then what happens is I have a product search formula over here that is just concatenating the brand with the title and the model number if you have one. All right, and any other keyword that you want to add to the search, but we don't need anything else. Apparently, I did not copy this formula all the way down, so if it's not copied down, you have to copy it down as far as, and it could, I mean, you can copy it as far as you want. I guess I'll just copy it to the bottom of this sheet so that it's there for the future. Okay, and that is it. Okay, product search column means this is what will actually be searched on Amazon. These are the keywords. Okay, so this is the actual product search that's going to happen. National Public Seating, height, adjustable task, chair. All right. Okay. Now, again, I'm using a browser automation. So if you're accustomed to the other Amazon matcher, this is a bit different. And with this, by the way, you get this, Automa is the platform this runs on. It's a free platform. I have a link. I'll have a link in the description that you can use to go download Automa. And when you come to my page specifically, this is how my page will appear. You'll see my automations here, and you'll just find the automation. Okay. So it may be named, it should be named like Amazon Search Matcher. Okay. So, you'll find it and you'll just add it to your Automa. All right. Once you find it. Okay. So for now, getting back to Automa. So the way this works is you run it here, but there are things that you may need to set in here. And trigger, in the trigger block, I'll just open that in parameters. Yeah, so the domain is by default Amazon.com. That's where we're going to search, and by default, it's going to search the Amazon matcher sheet. In fact, if you just use my template, my Google Sheet template, which is, I'm going to provide you with a copy of this, you don't really have to then change anything here, usually. So for right now, I'll just run it, and we'll just take a look at what happens. So you click this play button or execute button, and you'll see Amazon domain by default is Amazon.com. Otherwise, it will go to another site. You have input spreadsheet ID, output spreadsheet ID. Okay, these are blank because I expect you to put your own in there. You can put them in so you don't have to keep putting them in. You can put them in directly into this trigger block and parameters. But tell you what, for right now, I'm just going to go ahead and put them in here manually, and just in the moment, and just let you see how this works. And this is the spreadsheet ID. The spreadsheet ID, not the sheet, not this sheet ID, but the actual spreadsheet ID right here of the whole sheet. You take that back over and we paste it here. And then there's the input sheet range, meaning where are you reading the products from? I already have it set for A to Z. It's really A to H or A to G, but but it's fine. And then for the output sheet ID, it's actually the same because we're using the same spreadsheet. This is the spreadsheet ID. It's for the whole Google Sheet. Okay. And we're also going to be output into Amazon Matcher, but K, columns K to P. Start index 0 means just start at the top of the list, or just start here. Okay. Output interval 10. It means that every 10 products, it will give you some results here. Okay. So what I'll do is go ahead and run it. It's one of these things that I just have to run it and make sure everything is okay. All right. And we'll just run it and you'll just see what it does and how it does it. So what happens is it opens Amazon.com automatically, or whatever domain you're working with. It goes to the search box and it will put in the product search data for that particular row. Okay, in this case, okay, so it did not. Hold on, so something's not right there. Whoops, I think I might have deleted it. So I don't, okay, I deleted that log. I wanted to see why it didn't read that time. Things like that can happen. So what I'll do is I'll go back quickly, look at the sheet, make sure everything is where it should be. Let me check the range on Google Sheets again. Okay, yeah, I mean, I have the input range. I mean, here, the range parameters, A6 to, well, let's try it. Let me go ahead and change. I mean, it should not be affected by this, but I'll change this to A6 to G. And since I'm here, I might as well show you that you can put the spreadsheet ID directly in here. By the way, I had copied it before. So you can put it directly in here on the trigger block, so you don't have to keep doing it every time you run the automation. All right, so I'll just put those in there permanently. So they're just in there. And I think I know what I forgot to do. So with this, you need to share it as editor, because you're going to be writing onto the sheet. You're going to be actually outputting output to the sheet. So you have to, Automa is not inside of your Google account. They're not inside your account. So they need to be able to edit the file from outside. Okay, so this is editor access to the sheet so that Automa will be able to actually write the data in here. Okay, so that's one step I did forget. Okay, you have to share it with editor access. And what I'll do is I'll go ahead again, run this, and you see the spreadsheet IDs are in there this time because I already entered them in on the trigger block. So this time the IDs are in there. Again, I'm just checking again to make sure everything is okay here. Amazon Matcher. All right, and I'll just run that again. Let's see what happens. Okay, and it should hopefully. Okay, so for some reason it's, I don't know if the API is, okay, so I'll take a look at the logs and see if there's anything happening here that I can, in fact, it ended up in an error, so can't find, no, but that has nothing to do with it. So I'm not sure why it's right now. Let's see, it's not actually picking up the product search field from the spreadsheet. It's on editor access, so it's able to pick it up. Product search is the name. I gave it the wrong range. Okay, so the range is A to I. Sorry about all of these little mess ups there. I just did this. I just threw this together and I changed around the template a bit to add buttons and all that. So there are a few things I might have needed to adjust. Okay, so it's important, but it's good for you to see also how this works. So the range is A6 to I because I want to make sure I cover from columns A through I when I'm doing my input range, because this is where all the data is going to be coming from, because I'm also going to be reading this data. All right, I'm like reading all this data in. All right. Okay, so now I should be able to run it this time. And I don't want to run. You have to be aware of the Google Sheets has like API rate limits, so I don't like to rerun so suddenly so many times. It's really meant for you to input once and then just have it like repeat. So okay, for whatever reason it's still doing that. I don't know why right now. So okay, well this is how it runs, and it will then search for the products and pull the data. I'm gonna have to come back with this. So at least you saw so far basically how to get started and how to set up the automation. I'll just fix the little detail that whatever's happening, or wait until maybe the API limit is over the limit, and so if anything I'll just wait and come back. This video was very long anyway, so maybe it's not a bad idea to have this as a continuation video. So in another video, I will go ahead and jump right in with executing this automation on this particular supplier. So check the description of this video for a link to the continuation from this point of this video. Thank you.